now it's about 44 years actually. Started off with the wife, buying the wife just a gun dog for a birthday present. And I said, well gee, I've got a gun dog here, I shoot with mum and dad, why don't I go training? And went to a few trials like this and said, I could do this. 43 years ago, I'm still doing it. Eh? How's that?
Started in 1992. I had a dog which was born in 1990 and I was looking for something to do. I used it for duck shooting. And I was doing a bit of obedience and my wife heard someone talking about retrieving trials. So she came and said, come and have a talk to these people, you'll like this. So I went and had a chat to them and I went to have a look at a trial. And as soon as I saw it, I said, that's what I want to do. And then that was in October, I think in November, the Field and Game had a very big retrieving weekend, like a training weekend up at Switzerland property, and there was a lot of the old-time handlers there giving that instruction, and that's where I got started.
In total time, say about 25 years, but that when I first started was 35 years ago. I did have a 10-year break in between, and now I'm about 8th dog now.
2014, that was a big year for me actually. Ben was, he got his Grand Retrieving Trial Championship. He got placed in 3 state championships and he won the Tasmanian Championship this year. So he's done well this year and he's really pleased me.
Yeah, it was another step up for me because my older dog, she's finished, and my younger dog was a step up for her. And towards the end of the year, she got a title, a Retrieving Trial Championship title. And along the way, she went out on the last run of the National, which I was very happy with. That was good.
Yeah. 2014. Got second in the National Retrieving Trial Championship, won 6 all ages, and about another 12 placings, so a fair few there. And I've got a couple of young dogs coming on, so they're always a thrill to work with. A lot of trials and tribulations, but hopefully the tribulations aren't too great.
So I was training memory. It doesn't sound much, but when you put it into practice, it's a big thing. As in, you're on a duck swamp, first duck comes over, you crack that's dead, that's in the water, that's not going anywhere. And if you send your dog out straight away for that retrieve, the other ducks coming in, they're peeling off out of your range. But if your dog's sitting there in the hide just watching it, and another 4 or 5 ducks come over, you drop them, then you send the dog on the memory retrieves that are in the water. And that's what we were training today, is don't run after the first bird, save them all, and when it goes quiet, send the dog for the retrieves after that. And that's memory, know where they are in the bulrushes and the side of the banks and all that, and the dog will focus on them and just take it in and just remember it. And so I was training the dogs on that today, so it worked well actually.
I was starting off on blinds,
yep.
getting dogs started in blinds.
And why is that so important for a hunting gun dog owner or a trialer?
Well, if you're a hunter, well, you really need some discipline, and you get so much more enjoyment out of it if the dogs are listening and obeying your instructions, and can go out and pick up the game and haven't seen, come back, deliver it, and you stand there, and I tell you, it's fantastic. You know, that's what they're bred for, and it really pumps you up.
I was working on the very, very basics, and you might think they don't mean a lot, but it's the skills that everything else hangs from. And I was teaching hold, give, and fetch, hold, give. A lot of people think their dogs will fetch, but the dogs are only chasing and picking up. They don't actually complete the whole thing. And it's the combination of fetch, hold, and give, or hold, give first, and then fetch, puts it all together. Everything else that we teach hangs off that at some stage. Well, when we ask a dog to fetch, we expect it to go, but we don't expect it to go until we actually tell it to fetch. When it's picked something up, we expect it to come back and actually deliver to us. So we're not chasing out all over countryside should we unfortunately wing a wound item again.
I myself, I try to tell them, go fast, slowly. Train a bit and then don't rush it. Don't do 2 hours training every night, 6 hours every weekend. Do 20 minutes, half hour maximum, a little bit a lot. You'll find the dogs will come along. You'll enjoy it more and the dogs will enjoy it. You'll be surprised how then the dog picks up on how they retrieve.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think, go slowly, and you're teaching your dog. You're not trying to break any records or anything, and don't think that if your dog's not doing it, it's doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong. Take your time, think through it. And the old saying of firm but fair, you'll get the best out of your dog, without being crazy.
Read your dog and communicate. It's the finest things you can pick up from the dog, them communicating to you, and the bond that you get with a dog, and it's just, it heightens your enjoyment of shooting, heightens the enjoyment of the outdoors by having a well-trained dog that is responsive to you and wants to help you along the way.
Well, being a local to the area, and as you see the little dams and all that, I like to do a lot of little dam hopping from property to property to property. I get me bag, and it's not so much trouble and hassle and all that. No one to contend with, but yeah, I get me bag and go home happy, and the dog's happy too. So
I'll be going up to the Heart with my son and his two, probably 3 sons. One of them will be shooting. He's 16-year-old now, so he came out last year and he'll be coming again. And hopefully we'll get a few in up there. I like going to the Heart because it's a good place to take the young boys, teach them the right way, and it's good to be up there with the dogs, and it's a good spot to be. We've got a nice camp there, and it's lovely.
Tasmania and a week and a half in South Australia. So got pretty busy for Victorian time. We've got pups at the moment, so that slows us up, but a little bit later on in the season. I do prefer to go shooting later on in the season, not necessarily opening, so I'm going to Tassie and South Australia.